Page 8, fresh out the gate of this book, reads as follows. We've been paying way too much attention to the wage gap and not enough to wage gains. What if we shifted from the spotlight from women's plight to women's progress? What if we turned our attention from what's wrong with the system and instead analyzed what's working for those who are succeeding? We're not ignoring the problem, we're merely shifting our perspective. And reading that straight out the gate on page 8 of this book, I was just like, she's right. Like, for so long we've been focusing on disparity and not prosperity. You know, I mean, I grew up on Cheetah Girls, Destiny's Child, TLC, Spice Girls, all that telling me, I don't need a man, I can get to the bag myself, etc. But then somewhere along the way I lost that, and that's just due to social conditioning. But now, and thus forward, after reading that, we gotta switch the game up. We gotta look at like who's getting to the bag and following that aspect versus of just like women who are like, what was me? I'm just sitting here waiting for money. No sis, we're changing it. And this book is really the blueprint and gives us all the cheat codes to do that. It's your girl Savvy C. Welcome to the episode of Cover to Cover, a weekly video series where we talk about all things books. And today I'm talking about Barbara Stanny, now Hudson, Secrets of Six-Figure Women, Surprising Strategies to Up Your Earnings and Change Your Life. And Barbara did just that. She thoroughly delivered on her promise. I came across this book on my Kindle simply through just looking through Kindle Unlimited when I got the gift for my birthday. This is a birthday gift. I was able to also receive a 3-month trial for Kindle Unlimited just to test things out. And I was just scrolling through it and I came across this and the title caught my eye, and thus my mind was opened. The theme of September, Happy Earth, Wind, and Fire Month, is Bring Me My Money, and this really is a perfect way to kick that off. This is what really sparked that idea in my mind because, again, like I said in the opening and when I read that excerpt, was just I've always been focusing on the disparity and the gap and the less than-ness rather than the abundance, what has been working, the prosperity, and how things have been changing and how there's been pockets of success regardless of the overwhelming oppression of Black people and women. And so this book really dives into that, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys today. Barbara Stanny she just casually drops this, is the daughter of the founder of H&R Block. And even though she grew up being a trust fund baby and money was never really a point of stress or contingence in her household, after just one bad marriage and this ended up being a divorce, man left her with 3 small children and a lot of poor investments without just really seeking them out, having great advice. They're just not really knowing the overall stock market well. She lost a significant portion of that money, of that trust fund. Thus, she had to really start from rock bottom and really build her way back up to where she is now. And so through that, she was able to just ask people. She was like, okay, like what can I do to get to where I want to be, to get to back, to where her family was. And she just did that by asking and looking for high earning women, for women who make 6 figures. This was published, in 2002. So back in 90s, early 2000s. It says the exact statistic in the book. Not gonna read it to you guys, not that important. But basically, even though it was 25,000, it was 25,000 a year was like the median of the median average annual salary that women are making back in the 90s, early 2000s. But there was still significant and growing population of women who were making 6 figures, who were entrepreneurs, branching out of corporate America, etc. And so she just wanted to know what made them do that, how they're able to do this despite everything that's quote unquote going against them. So she simply just asked. All she did was ask. And so through her interviewing 150 high earning women, she was able to collect a set list of characteristics of those who are high earning. And she also interviewed those who have been chronically, unfortunately, low earning and under earners, and see the difference in how, even though she interviewed 150 women who came from all walks of life, all stages, backgrounds, educational backgrounds, hometowns, etc., they all still had like-minded characteristics and like-minded things to them that thus sharing them with us in this book, we can, as readers, learn it and apply it to our own lives. And this, again, get to the bag. And so there's a lot of lists throughout this book, but the 3 key ones in my mind of what stuck out to me are as follows. I couldn't memorize them, so I'm just gonna read them. 8 secrets of 6-figure women, the 9 traits of under-earning, and 6-figure traits. And so those 3 lists are the core of this book. She really breaks down, it's 306 pages, 11 chapters, and throughout those chapters, she really breaks down each of those lists, each of those characteristics. And I liked how, too, she was able to contrast the high earners, the 6-figure women plus, versus the under earners, the low income women, and just show their perspective. I really liked how she was able to show that, and how, and too, the how, you know, someone can go from low earning, regardless of their age, stage in their career, industry they're in, to someone who is high earning. Overall, I really recommend this to just any woman who, when they get their direct deposit, when they get their check on payday, feel just so overworked and underappreciated. This is the perfect book for you. I give it 4.5 stars. I really, really recommend. I think it's a great way to be introduced to a new way of thinking, and thus with the new way of thinking, you can apply it and just move different, and thus change your life, as the title suggests. It's really crazy too, just how capitalism and patriarchy has really conditioned our world and society to tell young girls, teenagers, young adults, and then women, you know, in their 40s, 50s, 60s plus, that, you know, you need to be in the background, you need to be okay in the supportive roles, the maternal roles. You know, you don't want to ask too much, you don't want to rock the boat, especially if you're an ethnic minority, that, you know, we're getting enough. Like, you know, I'm from DC, I'm from the East Coast, like slavery definitely brought my ancestors here. So it's just the fact that I'm, you know, a college graduate, I have a bachelor's degree, about to get my master's soon. The fact that I'm even doing that is more than enough, you know, exceeds their wildest dreams. And so I should just be thankful for what I'm getting. And it's just like, oh no, you gotta snip, you know, cut off. You gotta snip that thinking. And this book just does that. And it really walks us through how we can untrain ourselves from that thinking, and, you know, thus rise a new generation and to start a new charge of getting what we want and then some, and not being afraid to ask what you're worth. You know, people, you know, it's always easy to say, you know your worth and add tax. We really can do it, and this book really gives you the tools and know how to do so. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm sending love. So wherever you are in the world where you're watching this, in the comments, let me know any stories you have with finances, maybe, you know, debating for your salary or how you feel towards money. Just let me know. I want to hear your stories, hear how you feel about this book. Be sure to share this with someone who you'd love to read this book with, or you think someone that would benefit from it. And I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.